class. Sit back, get comfy, and enjoy today's episode of Storytime with Stamps. See candies? No? Okay. So now that I'm back here, where it all began, in Southern California, which is home, I'm getting triggered with all these memories. Some good, some bad, some meshy. And I thought, why not share it with my audience? Because this is unfair. We've only had this ongoing friendship since roughly 2018, some of you 2020, some of you later on. I wish that you knew pre-internet me, because I'm so funny. I'm just unhinged. I would just do stuff and I wouldn't care what anyone thought about me. I still do, right? But pre-internet Stamp was just a different level of insanity, because here's the thing. I was a college student like everybody else, right? But I also knew that I was supposed to be an entertainer for a living. And basically, in order to make money from that point to where we are now, I knew that every job was just temporary. So I had many jobs as a college student and high school student. Most people probably just have one or two, but I had multiple. Why? Because I quit every single one. I just quit for fun. I would just quit because honestly, it's not that I was incapable of doing the job. I'm totally capable of holding plates and pouring smoothies, folding, doing go-backs, okay? It's just that I didn't want everybody there to get comfortable seeing me. As part of the master plan for world domination, to become an internet star and then launch off into whatever happens next, I didn't want to get comfortable, so I had no choice. I just quit every job. Also, it was just nice to kind of go up to a boss and be like, I don't need this, and walk out. 18-year-old me was so unhinged. I literally woke up one day and I said, I just need a job that will hold me over until the world decides to make me rich and famous for doing nothing. At least I was honest. I was self-aware. I know what you're thinking. Gosh, aren't you a prima donna? Yes, and I'm not just a prima donna. I am officially a lady. If you're feeling extra fancy and chivalrous this holiday season, check out Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while also helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based in a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, or lords and ladies in English. Established Titles plants a tree with every order and works with global charities One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. Since 2020, they have planted over 2 million trees globally. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land. This is on a private estate in Eataly, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. Now you can be officially recognized with the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, etc. It makes a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack with my link will effectively be next to me. We can build our own little Stampede kingdom out there, depending on how many of you decide to buy. We can just be walking distance next to each other. Thanks to Established Titles for sponsoring this video, and Established Titles is actually running a massive Black Friday sale right now. Plus, if you use the code KellyStamps, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/KellyStamps to get your gifts now and help support the channel. Now back to the rest of my story time. So, there I was, 18 years old, being very meshy, just quit my last job, needed a new one to stir the pot at. So I saw an ad on Craigslist. Craigslist wasn't as weird back then because you can actually find good jobs there. This one said they were hiring, I believe, at like $19 or $20 an hour plus tips. I said, plus tips? That'll make me very, very, very rich, I like working for tips because it's fun, it's like jazz up your personality. Some people are really good at it, others not so much, whatever. It's kind of like acting again. I thought this is a great opportunity to get to know people, kind of experience rejection, get my feelings hurt a couple times, whatever. I've replied to the ad, as soon as I could. So here's the weird part. Amongst our back and forth correspondence, she says, do you have black pants or something? Now, instantly I thought, that's weird. Why is she telling you what to wear if it's just an interview? Maybe it would be like a staging or working alongside somebody, just, blending into the setting. I said, okay, she wants me to blend in, not officially working there or anything like that, just, show up, you know, fit into the environment, and kind of, there's a word for these things they would do before you work at a restaurant. It's kind of like a tag along, think like a cop, but the new cop, like a ride along. So I thought, okay, cool. I'll probably be there for like an hour, 2 hours tops, maybe 3, you know, and I said, okay, great, see you tomorrow. So the next day comes. This is where it gets fun. And she was not friendly to me. I want to say her name so badly because it's so funny, but let's just put it this way. Her name was something so ironic. She was just the most rude, mean, belligerent, just in your face person. Just aggressive. The gross sister. She reminds me of the gross sister from the Proud family. I walk in, I look around. There's a woman looking at me like she's pissed off. I thought, oh, please don't be the manager. She was the manager. It was weird. She approaches me like this, like, I'm guessing she wants the resume. So, you know, I hand her my resume. She looks through it. Take a seat. So I go sit down. I'm just looking really nervous. Just trying to look around at the place, and it's kind of empty right now. I guess they're switching over to dinner time. And she eventually comes back down 5 minutes later, sits in front of me, and this is literally how she was. All right, so I'm like, why do you want to work here? I said, well, I Googled the name of the place, and I'm a big fan of the restaurateur, insert his name. I like his other spot. I go there all the time for fun. Sometimes it's nice. Like, I can't really drink yet since I'm not 21, but I go there sometimes with my fake ID. And it's just a cool spot to like hang out with friends and stuff. And I really like healthy food, and I need a job. And she's like, okay, when can you start? I said, I could start next weekend because I'm going out of town and I have to get a root canal. She goes, so you can't start tonight? And she's looking at me like I'm supposed to know that. I said, okay, well, she did say in the email for some reason, again, like try to wear dark clothing. I said, oh, you wanted me to start tonight? She's like, well, can you? I said, well, I don't want to like not get the job. So I said, sure, I can start tonight then. Forget all the plans I had. So she goes, okay, go behind the register. Like right now? Yeah, right now. I don't know how to work the register. And did I say in my resume they know how to work a register? Probably. But you know, I said those things for funsies. I didn't think you would actually take me serious. So whatever. I started working the register, and all of a sudden the doors open. This is a completely real story. I am supposed to know how to work this register. The system wasn't like Aloha or Toast, like any other normal restaurant register. This is some prehistoric stuff. So people walk in, and I'm like, hi. It's a weird setup where servers don't go to the table. You go to the register, you take a number, you sit down, but it's supposed to be kind of like fine dining, hybrid. Kind of reminds me of Lemonade, which is a great spot. But this place was weird. Great food, weird management. She was just mean person. Anyway, so these four, and this is the worst thing that could possibly happen. These four businessmen walk in, and I already know they're gonna have some difficult, complicated orders. Just looking at them, I'm like, oh no. I go, hi. They come up to me and they're like, hey, can we get the BLT, no LLT, on hold sandwich? Can we get a side of Brussels sprouts and mashed potatoes? Actually, no, get the smashed potato, and we'd get some like, can you get lemon? You want like water for lemon? We'll get like maybe like 4 olive poppers, and then maybe like a side of the toasted Brussels sprouts. Okay. So you wanted the turkey club sandwich? Yeah. Okay. So I thought, why not just get a sheet of paper? So I pressed the button for the receipt paper, and I just get out a pen, and I just start writing what I remember. He said sandwich. Hold this, don't get that, you know, toasted bun. I just wrote down his order, okay? So I wrote it down. I thought this was smart. For someone who doesn't know what I was doing, be innovative. That's what I like about me. If I don't know, I'll find a way. I will never give you the satisfaction of knowing that I have no clue what I'm doing in a certain task, right? I've been open about the internet and like how it's affected my life. I said, I don't know what I've been doing for the past years. I've been improvising, you know? 2020 happened to all of us. It threw me off. I was supposed to have a travel channel. I was supposed to be living in Japan. I was supposed to be taking a gap year from college, and a lot that you're seeing right now has been improv, right? But I've been doing very good at it, okay? Until now, and now I'm back here, getting back on track, okay? Detour, and now we're here. But with jobs, if you ask me to do something, like brands ask me all the time, can you do this and do that in your editing? I said, sure. Google, how do I do that? And then you learn something new. So never look dumb for people, you know? So instead of looking dumb for these 4 men who already know, probably think I'm dumb because I was just like a ditzy girl, just like, huh, Okay, first day. I wrote down the order. I go to the kitchen and I yell it to this one guy. He was just weird. I don't know. He just checked out everyone who worked there. All the 5 people seem to work there. Just checking out the girls constantly. I said, hi. Someone ordered the turkey club without the turkey and like no sandwich, but like no bread. And then he wanted the bread toasted, so I guess he does want bread. And then he wants, I just said the whole order. He's like, okay. Surprisingly, I got it right. So kudos to me. But then the drinks. So let's give you a trip down memory lane. I wasn't popular in school. I was popular for being funny. So I was literally popular as in everyone knew me as there's Kelly Stamp. She's funny. What's she gonna do today for us? She's funny. People weren't like, oh, I would ask Kelly Stamps on a date to prom. No, that didn't happen. It was like, I'm having a bad day. Let's go hang out with her. Which, you know what? I'll take that, you know? But what I'm saying is I didn't get invited to parties. So my friend and I, once we became hot, like we both were ugly until I think junior year. So my best friend at the time, we would go to these parties, like these USC frat parties. I was so bad. I was so bad with my fake ID. Like we would tell people, yeah, I'm 23. Like we did not pass for 23. When I was 23, I looked 23. Like I did not look 23 at all. But anyway, we were being bad. You know, there were certain supermodels who are really well known right now. We would hang out with like their friends because they're all from the LA area, Calabasas. We were just living it up. But there's something we didn't do. We didn't drink. We would call ourselves derps, like derp, derp, derp. Like we'd always make these noises. We just were not those people. We didn't like to drink. We didn't want to drink, okay? We didn't start drinking until like it was of legal age. That's what you're supposed to do, I thought. So for me, I don't know alcohol, so I'm telling you. I'm just now learning. To this day, never had heavy liquors. But I knew enough. I know wines, you know, wine I actually know pretty well now. I know my, you know, Japanese beers and things that are cute, you know, like classy drunk. So if you ask me like a sake recommendation, I can tell you 5. You know, I know, you know, Genmai Jinjo is my favorite. I have it in my fridge. So these men said Arnold Palmer. Can we have 4 Arnold Palmer? So I'm looking around. Keep in mind, I don't even know if I'm being paid or not for what I'm doing right now. I just showed up to this interview. The chick was just like really aggressive. So you're not gonna work tonight? I'm like, well, okay, I guess I am. I'm looking around and I just see draft beer. And I'm like, what is it, Arnold Palmer? My phone's not on me. Okay, she maybe lock it up. And it would be bad if I were to leave the floor unattended because what if someone comes in and steals things? Like, this is my register now. This is my restaurant. I've really taken control of being a server or host or register person. Have no clue. I was left unattended for an hour. Do you know how long an hour is in restaurant time? That's slow. Okay, especially if you're at the front, not like food running. This was an hour of complete unsupervision. The chefs were there, but they didn't speak any English. The cooks, I mean. No one spoke English back there. They're just like checking me out. Like, what? So anyway, I go to the draft beer section. I have no choice. The men are like, hey, where are Arnold Palmer's? I'm like, come right up. I go, I pour something. It's a draft beer. And I'm like, well, Arnold Palmer sounds like an old white man. So I go to the beer section and just pour something. And I pour 4 of them. I'm like, okay. So, you know, it's all foaming over. I don't know how to pour beer. And I just brought it on a tray to them. Their faces were like this. Thanks. Wow. Beer in the middle of the day. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. And the one guy's like this, laughing at me. Like, why don't you just help then? So one guy is like, well, thanks. Yeah, let us know when you get those Arnold Palmers. I walk away. So finally, guess who appears out of nowhere? The manager with her sweet name, like Sugar Blossom. Sugar Blossom comes downstairs and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you not at the register? I'm like, well, I was trying to find you. Because I went from the front of the place to the back. I was trying to find her because clearly these guys are going to be upset if they don't get their drinks. They're happy. They're cheersing at the beers that I poured them, but I still don't know what an Arnold Palmer is. And you're probably laughing at me. You should know. No, I don't know. I am a child of God. How would I know what an alcoholic, wait, it's not alcohol, it's iced tea and lemonade. My bad. It's iced tea and lemonade. I learned that. But how was I supposed to know this if I don't, do I look like I play golf? Maybe. Okay, thank you. I didn't play golf. I don't know who that man is. I don't know who that man is. I know celebrities like Jason Derulo. I know who Nicki Minaj is. I know who Tiger Woods is. I know who LeBron James is. I don't know Arnold Palmer. I know Richard Gere, I know, like on my list of old men, I know Sylvester Stallone, I know Clint Eastwood. I don't know who Arnold Palmer is, okay? So anyway, she starts fussing at me. Why'd you leave the register? I said, I'm coming to find you because I don't know what Arnold Palmer is. She goes, you don't know what Arnold Palmer is? No, I wouldn't have come to you. And I'm just being so nice still. She's being so nasty to me, berating me. I said, look, would you rather me keep pretending or me just come find you and ask? Because I'm trying to help here, okay? I don't even know if you're paying me right now. She's like, it's a trial. I said, oh, it's a trial. So you're not gonna pay me? No. I'm like, well, I'm out of here then. So I leave. I freaking leave. I grab my little satchel, my little bag from Mitsuwa. I walk out. I leave this place. Finally, I go and Google. Apparently it's iced tea and lemonade or something like that.